Hi everyone, welcome to another Tides of Torment release update video. Uh, I'm just gonna kind of say it right now. It's probably gonna be a rant and tangent video. Uh, I don't know if it's really significant enough for me to cover in the video, but I figure it might make me start ranting, and I know you guys, at least on my streams, like it when I rant. Uh, yeah, it's gonna it devolved to a rant yesterday. It's gonna probably devolve into a rant today. But it's pretty much just kind of CA basically delaying Tied to Torment. Air quotes until further notice. I'm gonna just off the bat say it's probably gonna be around October, November ish. Hopefully that's not the case, but it kind of looks like it, sadly. So pretty much what they said previously, Tides of Torment was could be stated for a summer release window, and now it has now it intends to launch later this year. They'll pretty much let us know when they get to that point. But pretty much they've been doing a supposedly, I don't really believe them on this. They've been doing some play testing, and they felt the DLC has not met their standards of their recent releases, and that's pretty much why they're delaying it. I kind of wish they were a little bit more straightforward to that. The CA is not really known to be transparent, I guess, with the community. Let's face it. Yeah. So pretty much all the if you guys watch any of their previous content for like their little videos they make for Slaanesh and Norsca is no longer accurate, which is not a good sign. Pretty much a part of me is thinking that the Slaanesh fancy snake models aren't working very well. And I don't know if they even know what to do with Norsca. I kind of hope they meme it and they just don't do anything with Norsca. Just to leave them alone. Let them die in their grave. And then pretty much, I think they think it's still High Elves are still the third faction. 2025 has been a slower year for many of you in our Warhammer communities. And we are not oblivious to that. We're proud of the updates that we released for the game this year, but we do know that what you love most about this game is the option to experience more of it, especially through the new gameplay styles offered to new legendary lords, blah 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 blah. While the game is in a better place than it was in previous years, thanks to I think CA Sophia took over. They've been kind of doing some work with the last update. Pretty much, if you guys didn't know, they pushed a kind of big deal update out recently where it reduced the game size and increased like loading times by like 11% to like 40%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually kind of crazy because even on an SSD, Warhammer 3 loads kind of slow still. So I hope they're not taking credit for that because just saying I don't know everything, but I look at the coincidences. So yeah, I will admit the Warhammer 3 is definitely in a better place than it was before. So pretty much, at least they were nice enough to label what they're doing for a couple months. So pretty much July they were still working on siege improvements. They're going to the proving grounds and we'll be entering the playtesting, public playtesting towards the end of the month. Ahead of its release, we'll share details of what being changed, what we're testing for, and process and how we will handle your feedback before integrating said changes into the main game. It's simple. All you gotta do is take ass ladders out. We've been saying that since Warhammer 1. If that's like the main feature that they're going for, I'm gonna be really annoyed. I really hope they're gonna do more than that. Like the buildables kind of need to be tweaked a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. Like sieges would have been 10 times better if they would have kind of fixed those off the spot, in my opinion. They're still a lot better than Warhammer 1's. But Warhammer 2 is kind of equal in some maps. For August, update 6.3 is bringing some overdue quality of life changes to the Tomb Kings and the Lizard People, and revisions to generic starting traits. Also revisit some skills by generic orcs and goblin characters to help refresh those in a more modern standard. I really wish they did that in Omens of Destruction. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they forgot about it. Minor gameplay fixes, bug squashing, and balance. Battle balance update for folks playing in multiplayer. Okay. They'll also do another What's Next video in August, focused on our third faction, where I think I'm like 90% positive they confirmed the High Elves. So kind of curious what they do with High Elves. I mean, High Elves need a campaign tweak, but I think they're in a better spot than Empire were by all means. Whoops. September, they're going to be saving space for any necessary hotfixes for August releases of Update 6.3. And then after that, their focus will be tied to Torment from here on out. They don't have any major releases for that after that, pretty much. So, they're also doing a kind of different thing with DLC character or DLC formats. They're going to bring how can I word this? Smaller style DLC that brings like a single legendary lord or hero unit alongside a few favorite additions that would fit within our schedules. So I think what they're gonna try to do is do smaller updates more frequently. And the funny thing about this is they did a lot of smaller updates in Warhammer 2. They did usually my best comparison is they did like Grombrindle and the Skaven update or whatever, where they brought one Grombrindle out with a he actually got a generic lord or hero with him or not, and they brought Skaven lord or hero, and it was just pretty much two legendary heroes or legendary characters with a couple of units that were fairly small. It did a bunch of those. Like that's pretty much all I remember of Warhammer 2 was they did a bunch of two lord packs, legendary lore packs. So I don't know why they're kind of acting like this is a new thing they're doing, especially with how they're splitting DLCs up, where you don't have to buy all three characters. You can buy the one from like Omens of Destruction, the Changeling shenanigans, or Thrones of Delay. Oh yeah, third faction is High Elves, led by the Sea Lord Aisland. So there you go. Uh, yeah, I do like how they kind of point out that they haven't released very much this year, and I was actually talking to a couple of my community members about that, and I do have it here. We were talking about it on my stream yesterday, or 2 days ago, technically, I guess now. So we were trying to figure out when the last like main DLC for Warhammer 3 was, and unless the Total War wiki is wrong, the last DLC, which was Omens of Destruction, was released December 12th, 2024. And then pretty much after that, we got a series of hotfixes. So patch 6.2 was June 17th, which was the rework of magic items. A little bit of unit quality and AI, Hobgoblin bolt throwers. They're missing blood knights here, or whatever. 6.21 was a hotfix. 6.1 was March 25th, 2025, which was the changes to Kislev. Pretty much the major change, but I mean, I don't know if you really consider that a rework of new content. I don't know. And then, yep, after that was Omen's Destruction. So really, there was only really two major patches this year, and like no new content. And I'm not a major Total War YouTube channel. I think it's about 60% of my content, maybe more or less. That's up to you. And I am starving for content. And we got the big name character people out there like Legend and even Great Book of Grudges. They were like, we're struggling to make stuff right now, and thankfully their communities are helping them a lot. But it's like, you guys got to figure something out. I understand working on a DLC, and this is where my rant and tangent is starting. Like, I want the DLCs ironed out when they're released. Everybody does, but we had no new content this year, though. Except for, like, a couple of free units, which is totally awesome. I hope they continue doing that, but... And this is kind of my hot take. I'd rather them just do all the unit variations, combine them into a couple DLCs, maybe attach something fun to them, and sell them for a couple bucks. At least they're making more passive money. I don't know. I don't know if money's a problem or what's going on, or it's probably manpower that's the problem. Manpower is probably a big problem, but it's just insane that we might get Tides of Torment this year. Like I said, I'm hoping that after September we might get it by August or November. I'm gonna say September's gonna roll around. They're gonna announce when it's gonna come out, and it's probably gonna be a month or two after that. So I'm expecting October, November. Realistically, unless this whole thing becomes outdated, like the video that they said with the Slaanesh and Norsca is no longer accurate. Like, like why even make these videos if you guys are just gonna like change it that drastically? Like, you guys clearly didn't think about it. I appreciate these videos a little bit, not a lot, but I appreciate them. Like, come on. I also know it's their piss poor intent of trying to talk to community, because community communication is a little bit of a minor problem. Let's face it. It's we just need to come up with a catchy name of Tides of Torment. I'm thinking of doing a of Times of Torment. If that's not coined already, I'm coining that right now. I want royalties on that immediately. But I it just kind of bothers me. Like, what are they thinking here? You literally has not pushed out any content for an entire year almost. It makes me worried about like bigger DLCs like Nagash or what was the other one? Dogs of War. I'm pretty sure we all forgot about Monkey King because he wasn't very popular when he was announced, and that's why he kind of got shelved. And I don't know if the rumor of them doing a giant DLC for the end times is even going to be true or not. They did say something about working on a major update that maybe I missed. Yeah, next year we'll return with one of the biggest Total War Warhammer content packs ever created in a trilogy alongside free content. You'll get to see some of this nice and early as part of the year 25th anniversary showcase. So something big is coming out. I hope that's like a Nagash or a Dogs of War. I think Dogs of War could be massive if they do it right. But I don't think it's looking good for Warhammer 3. I just hope they leave it in a good state. Like I would love to have every named character in the game, but obviously that's not gonna happen. It's not realistic. I just hopes a lot bigger names gets in there, but I don't know, man. It makes me worried about Warhammer 40k Total War. However they're gonna name that. I don't know. But you guys let me know what you think down below. This isn't gonna be like a crazy rant and tangent video because I already did that yesterday. And I don't like try to repeat myself too many times. I find that obnoxious and annoying, but sometimes I can't help it because I get stuck in a loop. But yeah, I say this is kind of just a load of useless information. At least they told us what's going on for the couple months. That's the only good news I get out of this, pretty much. As I'm just kind of more deeply annoyed than anything else. But it is what it is. You can't force them to do anything, really. I guess you can just sit here and cry and moan about it like I am. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of curious. Like, what do you guys think? Would you guys rather push out more content, or would you rather them like take a year to work on a DLC? I mean, I'm not really gonna be impressed. I don't really like Slaanesh as a faction. I don't really like Norskins for obvious reason, and I don't mind the High Elves, but I don't know. So I'm not really looking forward to Times of Torment. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how it ends up. Yeah, it'd be disgusting. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and comment down below your thoughts before I lose my sanity. Starting to think they're actually run by the Skaven. I'm starting to firmly believe that. Oh, and subscribe too. Did I forget to say that?